So, I'm not gonna lie, I've had a few videos recorded that I still haven't edited to post. So they were supposed to be out more than a minute ago, but I've been trying to find the time to get them posted. But I feel like this needs to come out first. For the past week, a little over a week, I've been having little car issues, so I've kind of been busy working and then trying to find out how to get this car fixed so I can make some more money. It was making like a squeaking noise anytime like I got off the accelerator. Turns out it was the brake pads, but I was doing a bunch of repairs myself to where I was fixing the power steering and a bunch of other things. I got my oil changed, but yeah, underlying issue was the brake pads, so I got those fixed. But got those done like 2 days ago before I had to go to see some people's graduations. And I meant to record this right after it happened, but I had to go rush to a graduation. The day of me getting the brake pads, I was getting quoted like $300, $180, $170, like a lot of prices that it just shouldn't be. And I was trying to figure out how I was going to get that money because due to all the car repairs I was already doing, my pockets were getting real low. I was reaching my last $100, and I couldn't really afford that. And I don't really want to start taking loans out and putting myself into debt. So we're searching, calling people that I knew to see if anybody can get these brake pads done for a reasonable price. And I couldn't find one. But my mom remembered that she got hers done like a year or two ago from some business in Tampa that I wanted to go check out. So first thing in the morning, I went to go get checked out the brake pads. My bad. I went to go check out the brake pads, and the place just said I gotta just buy the parts and then come back. So I went to go buy the parts. Just bought some brake pads from AutoZone. It was smooth, but I had to make sure I had some gas in the car. So, oh no, it wasn't gas. I had to make sure that I had cash, and I'm notoriously known not to carry cash, which is a terrible habit, but I just don't. So I had to go find an ATM, and I stopped at a gas station, and then there was some guy who was like clearly struggling outside the gas station, and he was just asking people for like $2 so he can get on the bus so he can try to make it to an interview. Now I am a person, if you've been around me, to where if I see somebody homeless or struggling, I try to do what I can to help, even though I don't carry cash. So on the off chance that I do, I make sure I try to give them something if it won't hurt me in a way. But I talked to the guy, and then I just let him know, sorry I don't carry cash, but I'm about to go grab some from the ATM. I'll try to bring back to get you something, because he was only asking for $2. I went inside, got to the ATM, and the ATM machine only gave back 20s. And I needed 70 to get the brake done because the brake repair guys were going to give me an extremely cheap deal. So I took out 80, but again, it's only giving by 20s, and the guy was only asked for $2, and I still need to get these brakes done, and I'm in a financial bind myself. So I got 80, and I could definitely spare $2 for him, but I don't carry cash, so I couldn't split one of my 20s. So I was just asking around. I tried to ask the person at the register if I can split 20. They were giving me a hard time. The lady didn't really want to do her job, and she basically was like, oh, try to do it the self-checkout when self-checkout doesn't give you cash. I was just asking people in the store, a few people in the store, if they can split the 20, and nobody really was. Nobody carried cash, and again, I don't carry cash, so I can't really judge them for it. But there was this one old guy. I spoke to this one OG, and then he was talking about he could split the 20. And then as he split, like getting the money to split the 20, I was like, yeah, sir, I just need it for the guy, so I'm trying to help him out. And then he looks me in my face, he was like, nah, never mind. And then I didn't ask him why, because it is his money, and he can choose what he does. But then he just straight says, oh, you don't need to give him anything. He's out there for a reason. And him saying he's out there for a reason, just like, it didn't sit right with my soul. Like, that shit was fucked up, because I'm in a terrible situation. I can acknowledge that there's people in a lot worse situation than me, and this guy outside is clearly on his last legs. So like, what happened to empathy in this world? Also, it's the next day. But one thing that I feel like I missed that I meant to say in that video was I don't think it's fair for that old guy or anybody to really just say something like that to somebody, because we don't know what put dude there. He could have just had one very, very unlucky day and got put in a position like that. So we can't just judge and say he's out there for a reason. But back to your normal programming. But at the end of the day, well, at the end of that thing, nobody had any money to split it up. So I just bit the bullet and then just bought like a pack of gum to the register, and then put some cash in it so I could try to get some, like, a few bills back. The register didn't split it up how I needed to be split it up, and it only gave me like $1.95. Like, it gave me a single 95 cents and then a few fives. I couldn't afford to give the five just in case I had to give text. I mean, just in case the breaks were text. And I just gave him the $1.95, and I didn't have any change. I just let him know. I was like, sir, this is all I can get for you. Da 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 da. The old guy that was in the store that just wasn't trying to help just walked outside, and then he saw the guy. He saw me talk to the guy. He just looks at him. He's like, oh, well, I hope things get better for you. I can't really help. I don't have the money to spare. Da 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 da. And then he was like, oh, but have a blessed one, and just, I hope things get better for you. And it was crazy because just inside, he refused to split a bill. He wouldn't have lost any money from me splitting the bill. He'd just had a bigger bill. But he refused just because he didn't want me to help the guy outside. And then he came outside hoping the guy gets better and hoping for the better for this guy, which is incredibly fake. I didn't fuck with that. And the thing is, through this story / rant thing, what happened to empathy in this world? And some people just said, well, maybe he just didn't trust the guy. Da, da, da. When I brought up the story to somebody else, like, maybe you don't trust him. You know, we're in a day and age where you can't trust everybody, and I get that. And I hope y'all wholeheartedly understand. I don't think you'll find somebody who has bigger or more trust issues than me. But I'm a person where you have to gain my trust. You don't have to gain my empathy. Like, it's weird that we're in a generation to where people will go out of their way to be unempathetic, or just go out of their way not to show anybody any type of kindness or love. I don't really get it. But I ain't gonna get too far into that. I generally just feel like we need to do better as people, especially when people have the word humanity as being all type of kindness and this. But off of what we see from humans, especially nowadays, we're not great creatures in a way. There's a lot of just fucked up things that we do to each other and do to everything else. I don't get it. But I'm not gonna rant on that too far. The rest of the day was smooth. I went to graduation for my youngins. Took some pictures with people, and then went bowling and whipped some ass. But yeah, that's really all I had to say today. Just please be more empathetic and help where you can. Especially as me being somebody who understands how it feels not to have help. I just feel like we need to do better. Other than that, it's hot out here. I made sure not to mess up too much so I don't have to edit too much out of here. So I'll probably post this today. I should be posting more videos that I've already recorded within the next few days. And I'll try to do better on consistency. I'm sweating my ass off. So stay real, stay smooth, and see y'all.